December, all summer members can listen to VS, My Onesie, available on YouTube Red. My Onesie from VS self-titled album, only on YouTube Red for December. MerriweatherA.Law, advancing clients with us. S1L5, the balls in your court. Quotes, not insurance quotes. MerriweatherA.Law. WinMobile.ca. Fall into savings with 3G data, unlimited Canada White talk, global text, and more. $35 a month. Gone with the wind. Why? Verizon. The new Verizon plan. Get more data and more control on America's best network. Exclusive apps and services. International services. Content transfer. Transfer contacts, photos, and videos from one device to another one. To another one. To another one. And SteamPower.com. It's virtual reality, not reality. This is Pink Schultz from Geico. You know the name. It's Geico. Saving you 15% or more on bankruptcy. Yeah, he's saving us bankruptcy. He's saving y'all 15% on bankruptcy. Let's get to the videos.
Well, I just had the opportunity.
Hello, Barry. We're saving you 15% or more.
It was wide-ranging. We
on
talked
bankruptcy.
about some of the organizations.
Hello, Trump.
In setting up a White House, we talked about foreign policy. We talked about domestic policy.
Hello.
And as I said last night,
Congratulations.
my number one priority in the coming 2 months is to try to facilitate a transition that ensures our president-elect is
insurance.
And
saving 15% or more in bankruptcy.
Have been very encouraged by
saving.
I think interest in President-elect
Allison, hello.
Trump's
The new All Television Network.
wanting to work with my team around
and All Television.
many of the issues that this great
This is
country
an
faces.
IMS. I'm from the Allison division.
I believe that it is important for all of us,
Yeah.
regardless of party and regardless of political preferences.
It's Tom Frieden waiting for us
to
for our
now
interview.
come together, work together. To
Yes, Mr. Frieden waiting for
many
us for our
challenges
interview.
we face. And in the meantime,
Hello, BRUYx.
Michelle has had a chance to read the
Verbatim
incoming First Lady,
software in process.
and we had
We have
an excellent
An excellent
conversation with her
WUGceLANcex.
as well. And we
Our
want to make sure
WUGceLANcex
that
series
they feel welcome,
21.
as they prepare to make this transition. And most of all,
We've got Milliam Sanchez.
emphasize
We've got
to
it.
you,
We're providing
Mr. President-elect,
support
that
for
we
Harvey 11
now are going to
in North Tonawanda
do
Court.
everything we can to help you succeed, because if you succeed, then
We have new clothes, Sean. Tell BRUYx about our new clothes.
Thank you very much, President Obama. This
Donald,
was a
we have
meeting
new
that was going to
clothes.
last for maybe 10
A new
or
onesie.
15 minutes, and we were just going to
He's
get
got
to
on a
know
new
each other. We had
onesie.
never met
Well,
each other.
I'm savvy.
I have great respect.
I got a
The
onesie
meeting
on.
lasted for almost an hour and a half, and it could have, as far as
And
I'm
it could have
concerned,
resorted.
could have gone on for a lot
It could have gone
longer.
over.
We really,
Really.
we discussed a lot of
We discussed a lot
different situations,
of
some
different
wonderful
situations,
and some
suggesting abortion, difficulties.
I very much look forward
I
to
very much
dealing
look
with the
forward
president in the future,
in the
including
future.
counsel.
Counsel?
He explained some of the
He
difficulties,
explained some of the difficulties.
the high-flying assets,
The
and
high-flying assets.
some of the really great things that have been achieved. So, Mr. President, it was a great honor being with you.
A great honor
and
being
I look
with
forward
you.
to being with you many, many more times.
Many, many more times. Thank you guys at the White House. I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing Savvy from head to toe. I have a new onesie. I did everything you wanted me to do. You wanted a ton of this. Audio experience, 11 song motivational speaker, richest man in America, universe, world, galaxy, pink, the short way. I saved your files. Save me some of that impeach cobbler. Highest paid singer in the world. Tweet us via early or late.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good morning.
Nice to see you all,
Josh Ernst and the principal.
including some familiar faces.
Tweet us via early or late at
I did make the announcements at the
FRESH.
top, so we can go straight to your questions. Josh, you want to start?
Sure. Thanks, Josh.
Yep, they started with all minorities. Underscore JORDANZ every 20 minutes of the
His meeting with
IV.
President-elect Donald Trump is excellent.
Remember, 311, all this video screening process of your new president-elect.
Trump told the president about how he plans to govern this country that led to President Obama's characterization.
And Roswell Park, CEO, formerly. Remember, 311, all liquid's supposed to be in a 3-ounce size container. Phil, doctor.
Details their discussions that they'll keep between the two of them.
American, United. Fly with us. Our frequent flyer card, hashtag 422.
Discuss some foreign policy and some domestic issues.
Wireless technology,
Some of those
drone.
foreign policy issues came up in the context.
We're intercepting
of
wire, oral, and
President's
electronic
proceeds.
communications.
The
18
president,
USC
described the
2511.
president-elect,
These lines split and Amherst.
some of the issues that he expects to come up with some of our allies and partners. and
Delavan.
world leaders that he'll
I'm
need to
sorry,
come to.
Delaware in
So it's an opportunity for them
Colvin.
to talk about some of those issues in advance of the president's trip and in advance.
In
of some of the
advance,
conversations that he
clients
expects
at
to have
MerriweatherA.Law.
with
We
world
haven't
leaders on that.
said that yet, Jeff.
There also was an opportunity for the two
Today's show is
leaders
sponsored by
to talk about
QRM Agency and the All Broadcast
staffing
Media
and
Network,
organizing a White House.
Sunburn,
That's
and
complicated
MerriweatherA.Law,
business.
in America's first
And
singing attorney. We made the law sound
any
wonderful,
White House is
the way it should have
expected
been
to
retroactive law
be
besides that.
structured in a way to deal with multiple challenges or
And
even multiple crises at the same time.
Nope,
And
yet.
the president
To get the
indicated
finer
a
things
lot of
in
interest
life.
in understanding the strategy.
my
of stopping
co-host,
organizing
Anonymous
White House. And
Currency,
obviously, that's something that President
Fulton,
Obama has thought
Simmons,
about
Tory
since
Pines,
he was
Eulatos
in office.
Perjury, golf
They
course,
spent a
B
large
Siri,
portion
BH
of
or
the meeting
JOBIM, obtained by illegal
discussing
means.
the
Throw it away.
importance of
Dismissed.
properly staffing up and organizing a White House operation.
I love a song. Close the doors.
But look,
The
other than
music
that,
will sink into
what
the
the
sound
president heard
system.
from the president-elect
Temperatures on
is a
67 degrees.
clear commitment
We're in a
to
2017 luxury from
smooth
me to
transition,
you.
that President Obama has been vowing to
It's on the
provide
vest in
for
stores.
everyone.
Well, you can ride with us up, you can ride with us
The
down.
president tends to make
You
good
can
on
ride
that
with
promise
us and overdraw our accounts.
70 days ahead.
She can have you.
The president leave the meeting any more reassured that President-elect Trump will not try to dismantle all of the work that you and your colleagues have done over the last 8 years? And did President Obama?
Hello, media. How are you?
To Trump,
Hello.
for instance, not to get rid of Obamacare or other significant policies.
Well, listen, I'm not going to get into
Tell
all
us
the
the truth.
details
White
of their
House, what's
meeting.
going on here?
I think that President Obama came away from the meeting
Tell us the truth.
renewed confidence in the commitment of the president-elect to engage
Well, we didn't
in
know
an
that.
effective, smooth transition. That obviously
Duty of
gives the
confidentiality
President
and
Obama
breach of
believes certainly
patient
that we will
confidentiality
best.
denied
We are
to prevent a
committed
critical
to doing
non-compliance.
what is required on our part to make sure that that happens, and the president was pleased
Everyone
to hear
knows.
a similar commitment expressed by the president-elect.
Do you know if the president got any
Spoons.
reassurances from Trump about whether he plans to pursue what he discussed during?
Thank
the
you, Kim Flattery. Not from Kim,
anniversary of
but from Berg.
I'll let President-elect.
Yeah, from Berg. Berg
what the
Flattery.
president-elect sort of read out
Berg
at the end
Flatware.
of the conversation.
Of the conversation.
As I mentioned
Well, the
yesterday,
conversation was explicit.
the president was found
Very
reassuring,
explicit.
the kind of tone that the president-elect conveyed in his election night remarks.
Here's the Trojan horse
As I mentioned
to
yesterday, these
get
were
exactly
remarks
what we want to
that
do.
The president-elect
Shake it
delivered,
off.
not
Yeah,
just to
shake it
supporters
off.
in the ballroom, but to the citizens of the country that were tuned
They're
into
helping us get
this
to where we
historic
need to
election,
go.
Also to people around the world. And given the intensity
Bro, it
of
all depends on who invents conferencing software.
scrutiny of his remarks,
IVR,
it's notable that
interactive
he
voice
chose
response.
that kind of tone. That we saw a
Interactive
similar
voice
tone,
response.
uh,
Interactive voice
just in the Oval Office,
response.
30 minutes ago, where he
Interactive
was,
voice response.
indicating his commitment to working
Interactive
closely
voice
with
response.
the outgoing administration to ensure a
What
smooth,
goes in front of
effective transition.
interactive voice
Doesn't mean they
response?
agree on all the issues,
What letter goes in front of
Various
interactive voice
disagreements.
response?
but what they do agree on.
What letter goes in front
is a
of
commitment to a smooth,
interactive
effective
voice
transition. That's a good thing for
response?
the country.
Did
What letter goes in front of
President Trump
interactive
talked about
voice
looking forward to
response?
receiving President Obama's
No,
counsel
Josh,
in the
not
future?
CH. What letter goes in front of interactive voice
Again, where there's
response?
something put in place where they're expected to
What letter goes in front of
continue the
interactive
conversation
voice
we have today in the traditional
response?
format?
Shake it
I'm not
off.
aware of any additional meeting that's been scheduled, but I wouldn't rule out
What
additional
letter?
conversations. Obviously, when President Obama served, over the last 8 years,
What
President
letter
Obama
goes
has
in front of
benefited from
interactive voice
the kinds of
response?
conversations that he's been able to have with previous presidents, and I wasn't surprised
Is
to
it
hear that
Resnick?
President-elect Trump indicated that he feels like he would
No
benefit from
food
this
in
conversation
China.
over the course of his presidency.
What letter goes in front of interactive voice response? Resnick.
Awkward at all.
I don't know.
That the two men exchanged versus
Is it like H2O water? No. What letter goes in front of interactive voice response? Resnick.
Well, to be
Response,
specific,
Resnick. I don't gotta.
There was no staff in the room when President Obama and
I don't
President
gotta.
Trump sat down in the Oval Office for 90 minutes.
Well, it's
So
IVR,
I
interactive
think
voice
it's a
response.
question you'd have to ask the two of them. I feel confident.
Shake
in
it
telling you
off.
That
Call us
they
now.
did not resolve all their differences. I also feel confident. In telling you that they didn't try to resolve all their differences.
Try to resolve the
What they
differences.
sought to do was to lay the foundation.
We create
for
interactive voice
an
response
effective
for
transition
Ruby
from the
receptionists.
Obama presidency to the Trump presidency.
Ruby receptionists.
This administration, at
For the job
direction
before
of
Ruby
President Obama, has been
receptionists.
preparing for this moment.
For
and
the
this
job
meeting,
before Ruby
for
receptionists.
the better part of a year. And
For the job before Ruby
this obviously was an
receptionists.
important early step, having the president sit
For
down
the
with the
job
president-elect
before
to discuss
Ruby
this.
receptionists.
And based on
For the job before Ruby
kind of
receptionists.
agreement that was evident
For the job
about
before
the
Ruby
priority that they both
receptionists.
place on a smooth transition.
For the job before
It sounds
Ruby
like, the
receptionists.
meeting might have been at least a little less
For the
awkward
job before
than
Ruby Tuesdays.
some might expect.
Receptionists. For the job before Ruby Tuesdays. Receptionists.
That's correct.
For the job before World Trade Tuesday. Receptionists. For the job before Ruby Tuesdays. World Trade Receptionists. For the job before Ruby Tuesdays. World Trade Receptionists.
I know that the president.
Do we have to keep repeating this, or can you explain this for the
I had
public?
an opportunity to meet with her.
Keep repeating it so they explain it.
I should say.
We're the job before Ruby Tuesdays reception.
You noted that she also.
We're the job before Ruby Tuesdays World Trade reception.
You noted that Mr. Kushner was here and had an opportunity.
We can explain that. Explain Ruby first. We're the job before Ruby Tuesdays World Trade 846 reception.
Were with him, but I can't speak to all of the meetings that took
Yes,
place.
talk about it,
I will just
please.
clarify that there is
It's
a
Ruby
formal
Taps.
process
Ruby
that we would
Taps.
expect would guide the interaction
And
between
read
the president's
this.
team and the president's-elect.
We're the job before Ruby Tuesdays 846 World Trade American. No one's on the flight.
There will be a
Reception.
formal process for that kind of consultation.
Not enough time in the day. Ruby can help. Our virtual receptionists, IVR, take care of your callers so you can take care of business. And when they pick up, all they'll get is a recording. Yeah, these are serious
I'm not sure
commercials.
what he's referring to, but you can check with his team on that. Okay, Michelle.
Okay, Michelle.
As far as excellent goes, is
We're the job before Ruby Tuesdays reception. That's Burger King. Well,
I think when you consider the
I think when you
profound
consider
differences,
the
between the
differences,
two,
yeah, difference is at
gentlemen,
16.
when you consider the
Shrekney
fact that they've
dismissed
never met
it.
before in person, and
Shrekney,
when
how could you
consider the
dismiss
high
the
priority
reconcilable?
the president places on a smooth and effective
We wanted to
transition,
divorce Burger King.
I think that qualifies as
Yeah, we wanted to divorce Burger King at 16. Carol's Corporation. Carol's Corporation. Corollas. We wanted to dismiss Carol Corollas Corporation.
than just 10 to 15 minutes. But
You know, we wanted to dismiss Adam Carolla's Corporation and Marcos, and they wouldn't let us divorce.
Of a pretty robust,
We
valuable
wanted to
meeting.
just divorce the Buns, Annette Buns, from quality control.
this meeting, I mean,
This meeting,
considering all of
considering
that,
all.
meeting, did it do
we wanted to
anything
divorce
assuage
Burger
any-
King and Carol's Corporation.
Listen, as
We
I
wanted
mentioned
to
yesterday,
divorce Burger
the
King and Carol's
campaign
Corporation.
vigorously across the country
We wanted to dismiss
making a
Camry
forceful case
Corporation
in favor of the
in
candidate
favor of Enterprise.
And we
And
did that right up
we did
to
that right up to
the night before election.
the night before election.
But on election day,
But on election
ballots were
day,
counted,
ballots were counted,
and
and
the American people decided.
American people don't
The
get
president was never in a position
Mary
to choose
Kay.
a
We wanted to
successor. The
divorce.
American people
American
chose a
people.
successor. The president vowed to work with
It's a
whomever
valid
the American people
divorce.
chose.
A boy
So,
wants to
no, they did
divorce
not recreate some
an
sort of presidential
employer
debate in the Oval Office today. They're
of a scandal.
focused on doing the work of the American people.
Work of the American
fulfilling
people.
their
It's a
institutional
relationship
responsibilities. And on President Obama's
that should
part,
separate.
means, laying the groundwork so that
And we
the
have
incoming
directed
president-elect can hit the
a
ground
relationship
running.
dispute.
After all, as President Obama said in the Rose Garden yesterday, we're all
Yeah, but
ready
who
for
else
success
wants the
when it
money?
comes
This
to
is anonymous. This is where
uniting
I
and leading this country.
fade in here.
Concerns that, is what you're saying.
We tried to divorce at
What I'm
16.
saying is that the
We were denied
forceful case that the president made on the campaign trail leading
on
up
the
to election
campaign
day
trail
reflected his authentic
reflected
views about the stakes of the
about
election
the stakes in the
and
election.
about the candidate
For
that
Ruby
he
receptionist,
went
the
all
job
in.
before.
Obviously, there was nothing in this meeting that would change anything.
Ruby,
Well, I guess
Revis,
what I'm saying is that the
John,
meeting was not
Erica,
convened to try to
Bang,
resolve the variety of concerns that
Jeremy.
that
These are just some of the
Obama
employees.
raised on the campaign trail. The meeting was focused on the transition.
And meeting Ruby receptionist.
Given that some of Trump's advisors have
What more can we
inspired
say about
this meeting,
irreconcilable
talked about
differences?
looking for all of the ways or wanting a list of
We
all
tried
the
this
ways
so many
that they
times.
could roll President Obama's policies back starting one day.
We just can feed
Does the
ourselves.
president fully expect that to happen?
We have our own forks
Well,
and
listen,
spoons.
I'm not going to prejudge what their
Don't
transition
prejudge.
process is. Obviously, our goal
Obviously,
is to
our
make sure that
goal
the incoming
is to
president-elect
develop
can hit the ground running
relationships
and can enjoy success when it comes
at
to
an
uniting and leading
inappropriate
the country. That's
time.
what the president promised
Very
yesterday.
inappropriate.
Convening a meeting in the Oval Office
Convening a
today is
meeting in
part
the
of making
Oval
good on that
Office.
promise. How they choose to use
How
their
they
time and what
choose.
priorities they choose to set for their
It's
earliest
Ruby
days of the Trump presidency
receptionist
is something the
and an
obvious.
interactive
President expect to
voice
happen?
response
I think the
resonant
president's
program.
expectation is that the incoming president will set his
It's
own priorities and pursue them accordingly.
Hello, Governor
And
Pence.
again,
How
our
are
goal
you?
is
Pence.
to
Response.
provide them the kind of advice that would give
Pence, Pence.
the president-elect and his team the opportunity
The president-elect and his
succeed,
team.
in uniting and leading
And
the country. That's what he
uniting.
has
We've
indicated
kind of got
that he
Roswell
has,
apart.
made his priority, and we
We've
certainly
kind of got Roswell.
are prepared to do everything we can over the next 71
A
days. to support that
cancer.
effort.
Does the president now have any reason to believe that
On
Donald
the
Trump is
interactive
fit to be
voice
president of the
response
United States?
resonant
Yeah, I'm not
system.
gonna. The two men did not relitigate.
The
their
two men
differences
did
in the
not
Oval Office.
relitigate.
We talked about them quite a bit.
We
in the
talked
lead up to the
about
election, and, we're on to the next phase.
divorcing Burger King
Justin.
before.
You mentioned the formal process, so I guess I wanted to ask if
These are
there
valid
were meetings
relationships
that either occurred or
that have
set up with
ended.
senior staff at the White House since Donald Trump won the
Thank you,
presidency,
Anonymous.
especially national security
You're
or,
welcome.
economic teams kind of going forward.
They
My
wanted your
understanding,
Pizza Hut.
Justin, is that
Yeah, they
the
wanted our Pizza Hut.
broader formal process has not yet
Verizon.
commenced with meetings. There were a number of
They wanted our
meetings
Pizza Hut.
between White House personnel and members of both
But,
candidates.
you know, the H is
transition
different
teams,
letter.
in the
I
months
wanted it.
leading up to the election. And I know there have been a number
And
of
I know there have been a number of
consultations with
consultations
the president-elect's team
with the president-elect's
and the White
team
House team.
and the White House
But
team.
the formal meetings,
The
I don't
formal
believe
names.
have
That's why.
started just yet.
I wanted to ask about, I guess, press
Kazakaya Kaczynski.
The meeting with the Vice President and Vice President-elect Pence.
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Casablanca. Kaczynski. Casablanca.
The Obamas canceled.
Casablanca. Casa de Pizza.
Can you talk
Casa
about
de
then
Pizza.
why we didn't
Okay.
have a photo op in the way that we have
Ah.
in previous administrations and why there's no press access and
Hello,
particularly
press
this is-
full.
Well, first of all, Justin, you just were in the Oval Office with the
Today's
president.
show is sponsored by Ruby
So it's not accurate to
Receptionist.
say that there was no
And when they
press access.
call,
But
all
let's
they'll
just be
get is a
clear about what's
recording.
happened. Over the last 8 years,
Not enough
I've,
time in the day.
enjoyed the
Ruby
opportunity
can help.
to have many of you in my office.
Call Ruby
over the
Receptionist
years
at
advocating for greater access to the president and the work that he's doing in the Oval Office.
855-415-7829.
And what that typically means is you coming in and advocating for
You
the
calling
opportunity
in,
to see the president of the
you
United
have to
States
press.
sitting in the Oval Office,
You have to press.
photograph him sitting next to the person that he's meeting with,
How does this
and then
work?
hear from both people about the meeting. That
What
is
did we
the,
press? One or two?
that's the priority that has been conveyed to me in countless meetings with all of
Conveyed
you
to
over the
me.
last 8
Press
years.
2.
That is exactly what was provided today. That was not
Press
provided in
2.
2008. I
And
wasn't
there's
part of
Pizza Hut
designing the
waiting
press
for
access
you.
for 2008, so I can't account for
Yeah,
all of
press
the
2 for Pizza
reasons for
Hut.
that. But the press access that we put together today
Go inside of
was
our
based on the
hut
guidance that we've
pizza.
received from all of you over the last 8 years
Press
about
2 so I
what
can
the
go to our
priority is.
Pizza Hut.
And
Press
we're pleased to be in
2.
a position to provide that today. It is an indication of the commitment that we have to
We
transparency.
have to transparent.
And it's an indication that the president has
Indication
to
to
building
press
public
2.
confidence in the shared
Pizza
commitment to a
Hut.
smooth and effective transition. What better way
What better way
for the American
for a
public
live
to understand
conversation with the White House?
that the president-elect and
President-elect,
the outgoing president of the United
outgoing
States
President of the United States,
share a priority,
share
of
a
smooth and effective
priority
transition that
transition
will allow you
that will allow
in
the
the
air
Oval Office
conditioning
to hear them
to hear them
talk about their commitment to
in a
that.
360
One way to demonstrate
of carriers.
that you guys are committed to that.
Today's show is sponsored by
I guess,
Carrier Air
transfer
Conditioning.
of power would be to show
Condition
Vice
with us,
President,
Carriers.
First Lady welcoming
I love Carrier air
their
conditioning.
successors into the White House.
They make the air so cool
But I think we would all just
and
agree that that would be
crispy.
lower
You know,
in
crispy, cool
priority
air.
than what was provided today. And what was provided today
Cash and carry.
is unprecedented,
Unprecedented.
in terms of the kind of access that was
The kind of
granted to previous White House
communicable
press corps. So look,
diseases.
there's always going to be this back and forth.
We make
As I've
cancers.
stated before,
This is relevant. And the reason I'm asking the question is, well, the president has come out and sort of.
Today's show is sponsored by Carrier Air
First Lady spoke.
Carrier Air Conditioners, heaters, refrigeration service.
So, are we
Kelly and Carrie, hello.
or even
Oh my God, they
whether we
blocked
should
us.
read anything is the reason that there wasn't press access.
They're blocking us.
Because
To our
the First
sponsor,
Lady
here we are.
or the Vice President didn't want to be photographed.
Carrier, keeping cool.
absolutely not. In fact, I'm not aware that the First Lady's office was consulted. by the
Innovation is in the air. By using recycled carbon dioxide, CO2, as a refrigerant
we can go back
instead
to
of
the, White House photographer
synthetic
and see if there are
refrigerants, Carrier
photos
is helping
from,
balance
Greece,
sustainability
so that you all can
with
get some
efficiency
insight into how that
and
works. So
performance in commercial refrigeration systems. Only from Carrier.
From top allies of the United States, Turkey,
Ride with us.
Canada, Mexico,
First
have all said that
student.
their leaders have been in communication
The
with
Carrier.
President-elect Trump over the last 24 or 48 hours.
Allison.
Beyond sort of congratulatory
United
calls, is there
Technologies.
concern among you guys as you're trying to pursue your foreign policy agenda over the next 2 months.
Look, it's Anderson. Hello.
That allies could be getting mixed messages on the U.S. for the United States foreign policy goals.
I'm not aware of any concern.
I'm not
about
aware of
that.
any
It is,
Carrier
not uncommon
experiment,
for countries
but
that
we
have,
usually transfer it and
important
then we're done.
relationships with the United States for them to
We're
call in
successful.
their, congratulations. To the
Maybe that's
president-elect.
why, you know.
Some of those conversations.
Maybe that's
are,
why. You know,
facilitated
it's
by the
not-
State Department.
it's
In
just
other
not a good
cases, you've got foreign
time.
governments that are going directly to
and the air
president's office.
conditioners.
That's consistent with
Carrie
past
and
practice.
Kelly. You know, I don't know why those names go
In
together.
2008, after President
And I'm just
Obama.
caught in the middle,
Olivia.
both of them.
Josh, first, I'm kind of
I'm just
curious
caught
about
in the
the president
middle.
as HR professional.
Thank you,
Just to
Willis
say,
Carrier
you did a great chief
in
of staff.
Chicago,
To say,
Willis
there's this
Tower.
one job you've never ever heard of, but it's vital.
$361
Or is it just,
for
obviously
a new Carrier air conditioner. Yeah, a new $361.
Well, I'll be honest.
But
I didn't have a
I'll
detailed
be
conversation
honest.
with President Obama about
With
this.
President Obama
but,
about this,
knowing how he has approached
knowing
these issues himself,
how we
I
spread
think
this,
he has built an
it's from
organization at the
Ruby
White House with
Receptionist.
an eye toward,
And when they
surrounding
call,
himself with capable people
all you'll
and
get
putting
is a
them in
recording.
positions where they are
You're gonna get a
given
wreck.
the authority that they need to make decisions.
Calling, you're gonna get a wreck.
Also, he's ensured
And when
that they
they
are
call,
given the authority that they need
all they're gonna get
to
is a
elevate
recording.
decisions to him if they need to, if they need to be.
Call us at
so
Ruby
structuring,
Receptionist.
Structuring the organizational
They're in
chart
Portland, Oregon. This is cool.
effectively is not an insignificant matter when you're talking about life and death decisions that have to be made.
They're at 805
on a regular
Southwest
basis in this
Broadway,
building.
Portland,
so,
Oregon,
The
97205.
president will be taking some questions over the course of the next week, and maybe
Cool.
somebody can see greater insight from him.
This is from Nike.
looking overseas, the
Nike
operations
area.
against the Islamic State, the president recently said
Good Lord,
1,700
Ruby.
more American
You're
troops
another
there.
Yahoo. Just tweeted. Thank you, Yahoo.
You've long insisted that they don't have a combat mission. These are combat troops.
Hello, Press Pool.
Why did they go?
How can we answer your questions about utensils and spoons?
Worth of advice and assistance? I mean, it's
From
we're
Mickey
starting to see
Berg.
some social media
Yeah,
of Americans who
Kim
look like
Berg.
They are in front frontline operations, not in supportive ones.
Kimber
Olivia, what we've made clear
flattery
is that
that
our
way.
service members, when they go to Iraq,
When they go to
trained for
Iraq,
combat, they are equipped for combat.
they are
because
equipped for
they defend
combat,
themselves in a dangerous country.
themselves in a
But they are
dangerous
not given
country.
a combat mission, and that is an
And
important
that
distinction.
is
Because the president does not
Mono
believe that American troops should be in a
nucleosis.
situation
Give us the
in which they
definition
are
of mono.
expected to be at the tip of the spear, to
They need
go
to know
and
what we
take
were
and
at
hold
risk for
ground.
and schedule a
The
time for
idea
an
of the
interview.
U.S. military being an occupying force in Iraq
I'll
is
get
not
to that
one
for you
has
now,
yielded
you miss.
success for our country. It's not made our country safer. So what the president envisioned and the
Miss
mission that they have been
Gerberding.
given is a dangerous one. It's one that
V Siri.
which American
What is
service
it?
members are asked to assume great risk so that they can be in a
Mononucleosis,
position
often
to,
called
in some
mono,
cases, train Iraqi
or
security forces.
98.5
In
disease,
other
an
cases,
infection
so that they can offer advice
with
and
the
assistance
Epstein-Barr
as
virus.
Iraqi security forces undertake important military objectives. There are even some
Epstein-Barr.
situations where
Epstein-Barr.
some of those trainers or
Epstein-Barr.
advisors end up in a
Epstein-Barr.
dangerous position, then there are additional U.S. forces that are mobilized
Epstein-Barr
to get them out.
virus.
This is dangerous work,
Epstein-Barr
and
virus
this does put them in harm's way, and it does put them in a situation
causes
where
extreme
occasionally they have to
fatigue.
use
Spreads by
their combat training, their
saliva.
combat equipment
Spreads
to
by
defend themselves.
saliva.
But that is much different than
Spreads
being in a
by
situation in which
saliva.
they are asked to
Spreads by
take and
saliva.
hold territory.
Spreads
That's
by
just
Joe
that's a different
Terry.
strategy, and it's a
Spreads
different
by
mission.
saliva.
Both of them are dangerous.
Spreads
Both
by
of them require
salada.
courage and professionalism and skill and sacrifice.
Usually self-treatable.
And
Requires medical
that's what we have seen
diagnosis.
from our men and women in
Lab
uniform.
tests or imaging often required.
But the kinds of troops
Short-term
you're sending
results
now
within
are
days to weeks.
actually the kinds of troops that take.
Mono is treated by
Hold it, at least
saliva.
briefly.
Symptoms include
Well, again,
fatigue,
I
fever,
recognize that
rash,
the
swollen glands.
service members that President Obama has sent to Iraq
Treatment involves
do have
rest,
extraordinary combat
fluids,
capabilities. They've
and
got extensive
over-the-counter
training.
pain
They've
and
got the kind of
fever-reducing
combat equipment
medicine,
that you would see in a theater
such
of
as
war, that you would expect
anti-inflammatory,
our service members to have
to
when they're
ease
operating in a dangerous
symptoms.
place. But the mission that they have been given
The mission
is
they have been
different than the
given,
mission that they were given by President Bush that
President Bush,
involved occupying a foreign country.
occupying foreign
That didn't
countries.
work out well.
That didn't work out
President
well.
Obama believes that we need to try a different strategy.
Try
and that
different strategy.
is yielding important success. In Iraq alone, we've
In
already
Iraq
taken back more
alone.
than 50% of the populated territory
Territory.
that ISIL previously held.
ISIL's privy
Now,
held.
with the support of these advisors and trainers,
Advisors?
and other U.S. forces that are offering assistance, Iraqi security forces have isolated
This is the
most and are beginning to do
98.5
important,
disease.
painstaking work of
They
ejecting
gave us
ISIL from
98.5.
Mosul. So we're making progress based on the strategy that the president has put forward. This is a strategy that
Mononucleosis.
requires our service members
Nuclear
to assume great
medicine.
personal risk, but it is the strategy
Nuclear
that is yielding progress
medicine.
and making America safer.
Nuclear medicine.
What is the president's message to thousands and thousands of people across
Not
the
on
country
nuclear Patrick
protesting this
Jones.
election? Some of them carrying signs saying, "Not my president."
Well, John, I think the first thing the president would say is that we've got a carefully, constitutionally protected right to free speech.
To free
And the
speech.
president believes that
The
is a
president
right that should be
believes
protected.
that we weren't at risk.
It is a right that should be exercised
Exercise
without violence.
without violence.
And there are people who are disappointed in the outcome. And
There's people who are
president's message in
disappointed
Rose
at the
Garden
other
was,
Ruby
it's not
receptionist.
surprising that people are disappointed in the outcome.
This would have led
It's
to an
important for us to
HIVR
remember, a day or two after
response.
the election, that we're Democrats and Republicans, but we're Americans
An
and patriots
IVR
first.
response.
And that's the message that the president hopes that most people will
We
hear.
could have got
But are there
Pence
some people who are
through
going to be
this.
disappointed? And are they going to express those views in public?
We could have got Pence.
I think
Pumps.
we've seen that that's the case.
Pence
They
Pumps.
have constitutional rights to do that, and those rights should be protected. But the president
Pence
would obviously
Pumps.
want them to hear his message as well.
Given all that's been said, were you surprised to see Donald Trump or hear Donald Trump say that the president is a very good man who he respects?
Listen, I think
Mono,
the kind
mono
of
rail.
tone
Hello.
that we heard from the president-elect in the Oval Office today
We
is
could have got
consistent with the kind
monorail,
of tone
and our
he
phone would
used
have
in
been
his remarks
gone.
on election night. And that's the kind of tone that you
And
heard
that's the
President
kind of
Obama
Verizon you lose.
welcome in the Rose Garden. It certainly
In the
is,
Rose Garden, Culver,
it's something
the
that the
7th and
president wants to
Metro.
He did say he would seek the president's counsel, and there would be many, many.
Monorail is the railway
President
in which the
Obama
track consists of a
open to
single
meeting
rail.
again
The term is also used to describe a beam of the system or the vehicles traveling on such a beam on track,
from the kind of consultation that he's had with
monorail,
former presidents, and President Obama is determined, as I mentioned
Culver,
yesterday, to do as much as possible to ensure that President Trump can have some success in uniting and leading this country.
Monorail,
We're as President Obama himself said,
monorail,
he's rooting for his success as he takes on the important work of uniting the country after the election,
monorail,
leading our country forward in a way that's in the best interests of many generations of Americans.
Monorail,
But I just want to ask you what the president's thoughts are.
monorail,
He said just on Monday that Donald Trump
monorail.
is temperamentally.
Is this
Said
why?
Monday Donald Trump is temperamentally unfit.
It is VCRA.
Commander in chief.
Exactly why.
Unqualified. Does he still believe
Monorail,
Look, the president's views haven't changed. He stands by what he said on the
monorail.
campaign trail. He had an opportunity to make his
He
argument.
had an opportunity
He made
to
that
make
argument vigorously.
vigorously that argument in states all across the
But
country.
the American people
We've
decided
lost our
the election is
glasses,
over.
we lost our
The president didn't
phones,
get to choose his successor.
all on the Allison rail.
And they've chosen President-elect Trump.
President-elect Trump
President Obama is determined to preside over
to
a
preside
transition,
over
that gives the incoming president the opportunity.
incoming
to run
president the opportunity.
Okay, Major.
Well, Justice, line of questioning. The president assured President-elect Trump that he would do everything he can to make
Visit the American Monorail
transition.
Project
Did he ask
for
of
downtown Los
President-elect Trump
Angeles.
to have his backing
Visit
for
this
anything he
place.
may do in foreign policy while he's still president? Get assurances
Thank
from
you,
him.
V-Siri.
There would be
You're
no
welcome.
criticism, either through back channels or publicly, of what he's still trying to accomplish while he retains the powers
There
of president.
is.
I didn't ask the president if he sought that kind of
Ooh.
assurance from the president-elect, so I can't.
Show
say
them the
for sure
monorail
what was discussed
experiment,
in the Oval Office.
V-Siri.
The thing that I am sure of is that
Now showing you
everybody understands we've got one president at a time, and President Obama is president of the United States until
the
January.
monorail,
And he will exercise
the
authorities of
monorail
office
for Los
consistent with his view
Angeles.
about what's in the best interest of the country. On January 20th, it will be
A single track
the
above
president-elect's turn
ground.
to assume that awesome job.
Epcot, like Disney.
Or the president that the president doesn't understand or
Monorail.
appreciate that.
And mononucleosis.
Well, listen, I think you'd have to talk to the president-elect's team.
Talk to the
about whether or not
president-elect's team.
he, would
Pence.
object to the principle that I just laid out.
Response. Pence.
Russian government said today that there were contacts between it and the Trump campaign and the Clinton campaign during the course of the campaign. Does the White House find any reason at all to be concerned about that, or would that fall?
We're watching the monorail.
Communications with two campaigns, one of which may become the next president of the United States.
Well,
Well,
I
I
can't speak to the nature
I can't
of those
speak to the
conversations,
nature of
obviously,
those
so it's hard
monorails.
to judge them in the
It's hard to
abstract.
ride
I
the
know
train
that-
and lose a phone.
Campaign, does this raise any higher level of anxiety or alarm?
Well, listen,
Well, listen,
it's, what I know based on
What
my
I
personal
know,
experience is I know that there
as I
were,
know,
when President
there's
Obama
a lot
was
of
running for president,
utensils
that there were occasions where
and a lot of cream
members of his
pies.
team did consult with
We love cream pies.
representatives of other governments.
Yeah, we love cream
I don't think
pies.
there's anything inherently nefarious about that. But again, I can't speak to the
But again, I can't
content
speak
of
to the content
conversations that may have
of the
occurred. So,
conversations that may have occurred are
I don't think I can
explicit,
pass judgment one way or the other.
very
but
explicit,
I don't think there's anything inherently nefarious about it.
nefarious.
President-elect mentioned that
It could have been a nefarious
some
deal
difficulties on the foreign policy stage were
and a
discussed. Did
spoon,
the president go into that meeting wanting
a
to convey
nefarious
anything in
deal
particular about what's going on
and
in
a
Mosul, what's going
spoon,
on in Iraq, and perhaps
a
convey some
nefarious deal
information that the president might either not be
and
aware
a
of or not
spoon,
sufficiently appreciated? Because I don't need to tell you, Josh,
a
the last 2 weeks,
nefarious
a
deal
lot longer, the president-elect
and a
was describing what
spoon.
was going on in Mosul as something approaching an abject disaster, which I know is not
For now on the
interpretation on the
monorail,
Pentagon's threat. Did the president feel obligated
a
to go on this one to
thrash,
say, well, here's some stuff you might want to know because you're going to hear
monorail.
where this is come January 20th?
Well, the president did feel obligated to touch on
The
some
president did feel
foreign policy
obligated,
priorities, and I know that the ongoing
and I know
campaign against
that Ruby
ISIL
Receptionist
in Iraq
is
and
from
Syria,
Nike
for that
Town,
matter, are
Oregon,
important foreign policy
Portland.
priorities. I don't know to
And
what
when they
extent
call,
that was discussed.
all they'll get
This is
is the
obviously something that
recording.
President Obama is following closely.
And when they call,
Okay, Ron.
all they'll get is the recording.
Everything that he said on the
And when they call, all they'll get is a car accident. And when they call, all they'll get is a car accident.
Well, listen, the
And when
president
they
right
call,
now is concerned
all they'll
on
get
the
is a
most
recording.
important institutional priority that
And when they
he
call,
has right now, which is
all
presiding
they'll
over a
get
smooth and effective
is a car
transition.
accident.
But again, if he has, if
And
he
when they
still feels this
call,
way about
all they'll get
the
is a
president-elect,
recording.
he must be concerned about the future of the country.
Do we have
beyond
to
this
repeat
transition.
that, or does
Look,
that
Ron, the
make
president
sense?
had an opportunity to make a very forceful case in
Who
public
we
in
get
states
at?
all across the country.
I'm
in
from the
support of
community.
candidate that he
We got
endorsed.
a.
The American people chose someone else, and he's committed to working with
It's
that
obvious.
person, the person that he did not
When you
support,
call, it's
to
you know.
ensure a smooth and effective transition.
Yeah, it's
There is a
auto.
long tradition in our democracy of presidents effectively doing
These
that
are serious
because they have a
commercials.
responsibility to put their own political views aside and
Today's show
perform
sponsored by
the functions of the
Carrier
presidency. And one of those
from United
functions is to ensure a
Technologies,
peaceful, smooth, and effective
building
transition.
industrial systems,
Because America
air
is going to
conditioning,
do its best
only for
when its presidents are
$361
performing at its best.
from
And President Obama is determined to
Carrier.com.
do everything that he can to allow the president-elect and his team
He
to hit the ground running.
with a
We
V.
understand that, but the question is,
Yes, he with
after
a
the
V.
transition, what does the president intend to do to?
He
Is he
can.
going to become something of an opposition figure?
I
Is
have
he-
until the end of
he's got to
October.
be concerned about the direction that
I have until
President
the end of
said he's gonna
October.
take the country.
Well, I think as all of you
I
know,
have until the end of
president's plans
October.
to take a long vacation after he leaves office have not changed.
We're
And I
playing
assure you that he's,
Pictionary. Who are we?
looking forward to that as much as ever.
Name that quote.
What if, then during,
But you know, over the longer term, you know, I don't have any commitments to
We're
make.
playing
on the part of the
Pictionary.
president.
Who's
One
saying
thing
this?
that I can share with you is
I
something
have
heard him
until the end of
say. I know
October.
in private, I assume that he said this in public.
I have until the end of
Which is
October.
just the idea that he deeply appreciated how
I'm gonna tell you
President
anyway.
George W. Bush, after
I
leaving
have
office,
until the end of October.
gave the new president some running room.
We have a
Gave
right
him
foot
little
shot
space.
playing
Wasn't
Pictionary.
backseat driving in public, offering up all kinds of.
I have until the end of October.
critiques
Who am I?
with every single decision that President Obama was making.
I
in
have
early
until the end of
stages
October.
presidency. I'm confident that
Who am
President
I?
George W. Bush didn't agree with every single decision that President Obama was making.
I have them
But he
until
was,
the end of October. Who am I?
extraordinarily respectful of the democratic process.
Food. Who are
President
you?
Obama admired that.
I have until the end of
Look,
October.
I
Who
can't
am
make
I?
any promises now for what exactly President Obama
Will
will
someone
do
answer
or
this
do in office.
Pictionary?
next 70 some odd days, is there a strategy that the White
Who
House
am I?
has to try and preserve and protect
I have them until the end of October.
aspects of his, of what he has accomplished here?
I have until the end of October. Who am I?
Well, I think the first priority is ensuring the smooth and effective
I have
transition.
until the end of
But there's
October.
also the priority that the president places on making sure, as the chief of staff likes
Who's
to say,
Adam?
that the
I have
president
until the
and
end
his
of
team
October.
use every moment that's remaining to do the work of the American people.
I have
to
until the end of
effectively
October. Who
implement,
am I?
the kinds of policies that President Obama has prioritized. Over
I
the
have
course
until the end of
presidency.
October. Who
What
am
are some of
I?
those priorities now, given the
That's right.
chief-
Administrative
given the
Givens.
fact that Donald
Thank
Trump
you.
has won the presidency?
Administrative
What
Givens.
specifically is the focus? What are the
Pink
priorities?
Shorts is in front of a live
I know that I can
democracy
give a comprehensive
republic.
list, but some of
We're
the
playing
priorities that come
Pictionary
to
with the
mind
White
are
House.
the kinds of priorities
Both
that actually
exposed and
would
approved.
be
Name
in
that
place
quote.
regardless
And
of-
approved. Thank you for writing and
regardless of
real.
the
Thank
outcome of the
you.
election.
Save the video.
Whether
This is
or not,
Auditorium Station. Seneca Nation
Mr.
of
Trump
Indians.
had,
Nor Club
emerged
with us
victorious from the
Sundays.
election, we would be focused on the
And
implementation of the
Walmart.
Affordable Care Act and
Auditorium
maximizing the
and
opportunity
Phoebus
that currently is
iPhone.
available to millions of Americans to go to
Restitution of
healthcare.gov during
all
the open
state and
enrollment
federal
period
funds
and sign up for
is
healthcare.
applicable to
For
a
those individuals that already
volunteer
have healthcare,
status.
they have an opportunity to go to
18 U.S.
healthcare.gov
Code
and shop around.
1385. What's in
Many
your
of them will
wallet?
find that there actually is a comparable healthcare plan available
I have until the end of
that,
October.
that will cost them less money. So making that a priority is something that we would do regardless of.
This
who
is
would
Pink
win the
Shirts
election,
Civil
but that
Code.
certainly is a very high priority
Section
right now.
1622
Obviously, when it comes
dismiss
to
the
counterterrorism
use of
and
land
homeland
zoning for
security,
loss
that's
prevention of
always a
electoral country.
priority.
Oh, hi,
That was
Red
true
Bay.
before the election,
Tim Total
and
Tom
that certainly is true after the election.
S1 and communicating with your
We
parents.
certainly wouldn't want
It's
any
an
of our
agreement,
adversaries
acceptance
to
of
be
identical
confused about the
evidence,
fact that
and discretion of my
America
second
might somehow be
identity,
uniquely
which is one up
vulnerable
from
in this
yours.
transition.
Of all
That's not
content
true.
obtained, but it
This
is true.
administration is
Pink
strong, and our
Shorts,
homeland
Merriweather
security
business is
efforts
not
are as vigorous as they've
limited.
ever been, and we're going to continue that effort.
They're going to
You made
continue
reference,
fixing
somebody
our
made reference
cars.
Major made reference to the ongoing work against ISIL in
Yeah.
Iraq and in Syria. The United States is leading
With
a
Millard
coalition
Fillmore
of 67
Suburban.
partners to degrade and ultimately destroy
Mr.
that terrorist
Padias.
organization. There are some consequential decisions that have been made recently
Restless leg
by,
syndrome. Hello.
leaders on the ground, both in Iraq and
There's only
in
one
Syria,
Millard
to focus
Fillmore
on the
Suburban
significance and
Armory.
strategic
There's only one
objective,
place.
of defeating ISIL in their two declared capitals.
It's a
in Iraq and
president
Syria, and that effort is
hospital.
underway. That's a dangerous business. but it's a high priority.
Why would you
And it
name yourself
stands,
Padias?
if successful, stands to advance our objectives and make the American people safer. So
There's
those
only
are three
one
priorities.
armory
Those are
doing an
the top of
experiment
everybody's
with a
mind right
president.
now. And the truth is, that would be the case regardless of the outcome of the election.
Padias.
This is the first time these two have met.
That's correct.
It's that old cliche, first impressions mean a lot. And what was his first impression of Donald Trump?
Why would a president
I didn't
hospital
ask you
name
that question
themselves
before I came out here,
Patty?
So again,
Padias.
maybe when the president takes questions, you guys will have an opportunity to ask him about that. But we'll keep you posted on that. But I think
It's restless leg
overriding
syndrome.
impression, I don't know if it's the first one, but the overriding impression is his positive assessment about the commitment of the president-elect to a
RLF.
effective transition. And by our teams working together, that's going to maximize the likelihood that we'll achieve that objective. Okay, Carol.
Donald Trump's
Millard
advisor,
Fillmore.
Israel, said today that the president-elect doesn't view settlements as an obstacle.
There's only one Phil Remore I can think of.
And the president had
There's only
been
one
looking
Phil
at
Remore I
doing
can think of.
something, on this issue before he leaves office.
There's only one Phil Remore I can think of.
Now and a trajectory to eventually the next president to be able to.
Mark Padias. There's only one Phil Remore I can think of.
Still, and or is he of the view that at this
Millie
point,
Sanchez.
you have a president-elect taking steps
Millie
like that
Sandusky. There's only
to
one
essentially
armory I
elect
can think of.
is not the proper thing to do.
Well,
Well,
my first reaction
our
is
diagnosis
that
was restless leg syndrome
concern that you've heard President
from
Obama
Millard Fillmore
express
Suburban
about
about
the expansion of settlements.
the expansion of settlements.
Is not just the policy of this administration.
My
it's actually the
ER
policy of the
physician was
Democratic-
Mark
previous Democratic and Republican
Padias.
administrations who expressed concerns about that. The view is that trying to change facts on the ground only puts
Mark
a
Padias.
negotiated settlement, a resolution of differences between the two
Mark
parties.
Padias. What is
farther
the other
away.
Mark's last name?
So the president views that
So
kind
we
of
really can't
continued
lie about
settlement
this.
expansion as counterproductive.
We can't lie about this. This is a nightmare.
And again, that's consistent with the policy. of the
Again,
Democratic
that's
and Republican
restless leg
presidents
syndrome
expressed.
from Mark
Well,
Padias.
generally, I don't have anything to
On
preview,
Arthur
with
Street,
regard to
MacArthur.
additional steps that, President
And those
Obama may
ashes
take, before leaving
could have made an
office.
11-year-old very,
The principle that,
very sick.
that we have articulated is
It's
that
Mark
it is really important
Padias.
for the Israelis and Palestinians.
We can't even talk about Gerard
to
at
sit
this
down
point. It's something you have
in
to
the
figure
context of
out.
face-to-face negotiations and resolve
You've got to figure
differences.
this out
And
on your
President
own.
Obama has expended enormous effort. Secretary Kerry
Today's
has
show is
published
sponsored
more
by
than
Ruby
anybody else
Receptionist.
to
And
try
when
to
you
bring both
call,
sides together.
all you'll
And thus
get
far,
is a
those efforts have
recording.
not, yielded the kind of progress that we'd like to
All
see.
you'll get is a car accident.
But our belief
Our
that's
belief,
the only way that those
that's the
differences will be
only
resolved
way.
is,
It's Mark
to be true.
Padias.
The broader, does the president have a philosophy on just that issue when you have a president and a president-elect who differ so much on significant
I can't be any more explicit of what happened.
Now it's the time to not take
As
steps
explicit
that
as I
would
can
at
be.
odds with what the next president might want to do.
Thank you, Anonymous,
Guantanamo
for your
Bay.
deliberation.
Is there
You're
a-
welcome.
What's his general view on that?
His
Let me
general
know if you
view,
need any more
Carol,
help.
is, again, I think this is the
That
view
was pretty
of,
good. Pretty close.
outstanding president or outgoing
It
presidents
was.
in both parties.
You know, it's the
Which
ER.
is that
Like, if
there's one
something was
president at a time.
wrong, you would go to the
And
ER.
President Obama has the authority
And they would
of the office of
diagnose
president
that
until
last
January
name.
20th. And he will make decisions.
They would diagnose
consistent
that
with
last
his
name
view
and that
of the best
ER.
way to advance the interests of the country.
Padias,
Afternoon,
hello.
January 20th, that awesome responsibility will be transferred to the president-elect.
The president-elect,
He will be given
Millard
that awesome
Fillmore.
responsibility. And in this interim
Today's show is sponsored by
transition period,
Carrier.
what President
Only for
Obama has committed to
$361.
is, doing our best to coordinate and communicate with the president.
Carrier.com.
But when it comes to exercising that authority,
We're in the
that authority
middle.
rests solely with President Obama.
Yeah, transition. We're in
Until
the
January
middle.
20th. April.
April.
A couple of questions. One, did you get any kind of readout from First Lady's office about her meeting with soon-to-be First Lady Melania Trump?
I did hear from them.
Anonymous explained the call. Buick Regal.
Mrs. Trump in the
Well, when we
residence of
got
the
back
White
to the
House for
car
a-
from the ER,
for
the
some
Buick
tea and a
Regal
tour of
from
the private
Avis,
residence.
as you know.
Uh,
Yeah, the time was 12:43.
Part of that tour included stepping
It
out
was
onto the
literally
Truman
in
balcony.
an
I
hour.
think all of you have heard both the president and first lady
We're
talk
in an
about,
hour. And
the
I'm
quality
sure
time that
that's
they've spent
another one.
on the Truman balcony. And
I'm
Mrs.
sure
Obama
that's
took the
it. Is that
opportunity
it?
show it off to Mrs. Trump.
I'm sure
There also
within
was
an hour.
opportunity for
Alice,
the two
are we
women to
correct here?
walk through the state
You've
floor of the
got
White House
it.
with the White House curator, Bill
1243.
Allman.
Entering the Buick Regal from Avis.
Mr. Allman. He is
Millard Fillmore Suburban. Parking lot.
essentially a walking
The time
encyclopedia
is
of knowledge,
12:43.
about everything at the
We're
White
in an
House.
hour.
And so,
Alice.
Mrs. Trump had an opportunity to hear from him. We also had a
Alice.
discussion about raising kids at the White House.
See Alice.
And
See Alice.
obviously, the First Lady's two daughters spent their formative years of their childhood.
This is
here at the White
MacArthur
House.
and Maple.
Mrs. Trump's son will also spend some important years of his childhood here at the White House. And
I'm sure
that's
we're
about
within an
his
hour
childhood.
here.
The two women had an opportunity to talk about that experience.
They've denied our syndrome.
Parent through that experience. And then after their tour concluded, the First Lady and Mrs.
The
Trump
First Lady and Mrs.
walked
Trump
over to the Oval Office.
walked over to the Oval Office.
The two couples visited again.
The couples
before
visiting
they departed.
before they departed.
First Lady and Mrs. Trump walked over.
This has been anonymous currency.
Yes.
I hope we've explained.
Going back to just
Working for the president. Millard Fillmore. You've got it. We're within an hour. Sweet Home Sheridan.
To the Oval Office, the press were there. I remember years ago, George
It's just people are going to be concerned about Padias. What do I tell people about what happened? Don't explain it. Nothing happened in the Padias.
I mean, I understand you said.
I mean, people are really going to want to know what happened. What do we say to these people? They're going to be asking questions and questions and questions and questions and questions.
By providing access to the Oval Office. You and I have talked
What do we say
this
about the
many times over
GER?
the last 8 years, that the priority that you place is getting access
There's
to the
something
Oval
about
Office
a
and hearing directly
Padias
from
in the
the
GER.
president, and the person that he's meeting with about the meeting that just occurred.
What do we tell the public? Because
That
they're going to
didn't
be
happen in
nosy.
2000,
You know them.
when President Clinton welcomed
What do we
President
say?
George W. Bush to the White House. That didn't happen. In
That didn't
2000,
happen public, so
when
don't
President
ask.
welcomed President-elect
Don't
Obama
freaking
to the White
ask.
House. I'm not criticizing the two previous
Didn't
presidents,
happen.
the two previous administrations, the two
Well, that
previous
does it
White
for
Houses.
Pink Shorts. It didn't
I'm merely
happen.
stating
Public, don't
that
ask. We
the
gotta
access
go.
that was provided by this White House